This is Lost in Random: The Eternal Die. It's the sequel to the original Lost in Random, though I'm not sure it makes sense to call it a proper sequel. The original Lost in Random, if I had to place it genre-wise, I didn't play it, but looking at the videos of it, it seems like it's in roughly the genre of Psychonauts. It's like you're playing a weird character running around in kind of this zany world with some weird ways of interacting with it. Very sort of close perspective, over the shoulder, and a big part of what you're doing was playing cards and rolling dice in the middle of combat. And, I didn't play it originally, partly just because it looked like it would be a little bit tough to manage. I wasn't sure that the vibe of the gameplay was going to gel with me very well. But then I saw this game, which just came out. I believe it's available on Game Pass. And it's not like that at all. It's set within the same world. I believe that you're actually playing the villain from the first game in this one. But this game is Hades. It's not Psychonauts. It's Hades. I mean, to a really, really strong degree. It's top down. You do a lot of, dashing around. You've got a character back at your base who lets you switch weapons, and you are acquiring powers and buffs over the course of each run, dying at the end of the run, coming back to the beginning and starting over again. And along the way, you're slowly getting to know the set of characters that are providing your abilities. So it's Hades in genre. Like, it's not even like a roguelike. It's the Hades genre. And there's multiple other games that are coming out that are basically the same kind of very, direct follow-on to Hades, which I think is fine. It is a genre that I enjoy. I want more of them. And I just showed this to my daughter yesterday, and she's started playing, and she's having a great time. In fact, I think she's progressed further than me now. She's beaten more bosses than I have in just one night. My kids are better at games than I am now. I just recorded a video yesterday where my son was required to help me beat Daybreak, which is, my own game, but I need my 10-year-old son to help me beat it. That's how old I am. But anyway, so this is a lot like Hades, except they brought over some of the cleverer bits of Lost in Random to sort of infuse into this Hades thing and give it its own vibe in a way that I really enjoy. My favorite part of it is the way that you use your little die friend here. By the way, massive props to the fact that they called this the Eternal Die and not the Eternal Dice, because there's one die, and the singular of dice is die. Just cannot stress that enough. Dice is not a singular word. Anyway, you throw this die as a part of combat, which is great. And which number turns up as you upgrade the die, which number turns up determines what happens when the die lands. But it's still actually really user-friendly and just easy to do. Whereas, part of what made me worried about trying to play the original Lost in Random was the fact that it seemed like it would be hard to control. I don't know if it was hard to control. It just seemed that way from the outside. This is dead easy. It's very just sort of smooth and quick and snappy the way that Hades is, and it makes me happy. So let's start a run, and I'll show you how it works.
Keep an eye out for dice rings, Fortune.
Okay, so the first room you're in always gives you a card, which you can select. So let's grab this one. So the initial card that I get is Breath of Flames. It looks like it does 35 damage, card damage specifically, and if I hold it down and get the timing just right, I get extra damage. So you see, I just got this yellow bar down there. As I hurt and kill enemies, the yellow bar fills up, and the yellow bar is what allows me to fire off my card attacks. So I've got 3 different attack buttons. I've got the X button, which lets me do weapon attacks.
Coins.
This particular spear that I'm carrying also has a special charge attack. When I hold down the X button, I drop down sort of a damage over time thing at a certain distance, and getting that distance right is actually a challenge, and it's kind of fun. And I think if I time it just perfectly, I get a better version of it, but it's hard to get that timing just right. So the card that I just got, it will fire off flames, like that, and then if I hold it down, it does more flames. So that's the Y button, and then the B button is throwing the die, and it always lands on a particular face. And as I get upgrades, I can assign different special effects to the different faces, so it can do different things when it lands, which I think is great. I can aim it precisely with the stick if I want to, but typically what it'll do is it'll auto-aim the first enemy in front of me. So most of the time I'm just firing off snapshots with it without like trying to aim it very specifically, which works great. And then of course I've got dashing on the A button. So that's how you control it. Let's get into a fight. Okay, these are fast guys. So throw in my die. You see it landed on a dude, did some damage, but it also stays wherever I put it. And sometimes you want that because it's actually causing some kind of area effect or something. But it also means you have to manually pick it up. And sometimes they associate special powers with picking up the die, like leaving it on your back will sometimes give you a special power, or the moment you pick it up you get some special effect happens, or leaving it out causes something to happen. So it's a mechanic that's got a lot of different steps and a lot of different dimensions to it, and they attach different abilities to all of them. They're really taking advantage of the possibility space. So here's the prize for beating this area, and it looks like I should have my head on this side. Okay, so this is another the upgrade system in this game. You're not just accumulating upgrades, you're actually placing them geometrically on a grid to try to maximize their impact. So you notice each of these abilities has got two colors on it. The top one and the bottom one have pink and blue, and the middle one has pink and red. And basically, each ability, if I choose an ability and I place it on my grid, I'll get that ability immediately. But you'll notice that down below me here, there's a bunch of like buffs that can apply to different kinds of damage. My weapon damage, my damage with my card abilities, damage with my die, conjurations, which are usually things produced by the die or produced passively by something that I do, and luck, which I think gives me a chance for like critical hits and evasion. So all of those numbers can go up, but they go up when I match 3 with the colors of the powers that I'm putting on my grid. And we'll see more of how this works a little bit later. But so like I have to think about a lot more than just let me grab the coolest power and accumulate them. Like I have to think strategically about how I'm placing these powers on my grid to try to maximize the buffs that I get to my damage. So this one has, okay, so we spawn icicles when we throw the die. This one means that when I do my charged weapon attack, it puts weak on enemies. I'm not actually sure what weak does. I'm assuming it either makes them more vulnerable to damage or reduces their attack power. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where to look that up either. Oh, but this one, the osmium feather, when I roll a 3 or a 5, fortune, which is the name of my die, will stun enemies. Let's choose that one just because it's one of the die rolling ones and it's interesting. So, okay, so now the next time I get one of these, I can place it next to this one, and I'm trying to get match 3s with the colors to get upgrades to my powers down below. Oh, by the way, over here on the left, you can see the powers that I've accumulated over the course of multiple runs. Like I've gone with, you can choose which, like each of these can be switched for an alternate version of itself. And so I've chosen this particular set of 7 abilities. But all do different things, and there's way too many of them to try to go over now. And this is my weapon that I've chosen and the enhancements I put on it. So this stuff over here on the left is stuff that I accumulate steadily over time as I complete multiple runs. This stuff in the middle here, this is what I'm getting on just this run. Okay, anyway, lots of talking. Sorry. I realize you probably just want to see some things get exploded.
To battle!
Where are you guys? There you are. Hi. Oh, look at that. Yeah, these little guys are weak enough that my die is very effective against them. Also, so is my card attack.
That's it? There's ancient magic in these.
Okay, so I could grab the red one because I do like to level up my weapon attacks, except that I don't have any red on the board yet, and that just feels like a little bit of a waste. I should grab the cracked sapphire, and I should try to start lining it up with the blue. I'm going to put it here so I can set up probably a more elaborate attempt to line up blues. So I'll stick it there, but this doesn't have a special power on it. All it does is help with the match 3 game. You'll notice, I'm covering in the upper right-hand corner the mini-map, which sort of shows you the layout of the levels. Unlike Hades... Oh, crap. This doesn't treat the levels as separate places. The levels in this game are all part of one kind of mega structure. you can re-explore after you've already completed rooms. Like, you can go back through old rooms you visited, visit the rooms you didn't choose. You can actually, like, go around and maximize the map in this game. Whereas in Hades, each time you make a binary choice of what room to go to, you're deciding not to go to the other room. In this one, the expectation is you'll probably go to every room and grab everything you can. Okay, so we got these two resources here, Cinder and Pip Dust. Pip Dust is how you buy these blessings up here. Cinder is how you buy weapons and weapon enhancements. So right now, I think I've got more Cinder than Pip Dust. So I'm just going to grab some Pip Dust. And we'll go this way. The story of this game, by the way, I haven't engaged with it very much, mostly because I didn't play the previous game. I'm in some kind of fantastical world where everything's sort of made out of game pieces. And it's got this very, a little bit of kind of a gothic vibe to it. That might be all you need to know, at least to understand what I'm doing here. So a lot of the special rooms here actually require you to roll the die. Like here, this is a healing thing, and so how much I heal depends on how much I roll. So maximum healing when I actually was not that injured. So that was a waste, actually, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have saved that until I needed more healing. But whatever, I wanted to show you how it worked. All right. Okay, so we're watching for 3s and 5s, which will stun enemies. That was a 4. Oh no! I keep getting 4s. Well, that was a 3, but it killed the guy, so not a very good demonstration of that effect. Yeah, I'm only fighting little guys now. We gotta fight some big guys later. Okay, so I can go with health increase or coins. I pretty much always go with health increases. I just can't get enough health. I'm a health nut in video games, but not in real life. Okay, this looks like it's just a place where I can get, ooh, a diceling.
You can trust us.
You rescue those, and one of the characters back at your base likes it and gives you prizes for it. And what's here? Oh.
Your might. Roll and prove it.
Okay, so this one is another dice game.
Fight for glory.
The higher I roll, the harder a fight I'm gonna have. I've never rolled high on this.
We have a roll, and things are getting dicey.
And that continues.
And she lives. What an extraordinary disappointment.
Still got a pretty good prize from it, though. Okay, so the colors I already have on the board are blue and pink. So if I want to right now, I could complete a blue match 3 by placing this. And what does this do? Throwing Fortune significantly increases the critical chance of the next card attack. It means I got to be using Fortune and card attacks a lot for that to be valuable. What are the other ones? Perfect card attack increases weapon damage by 25% for 3 seconds. Okay, and added counter start weapon damage is increased by 50% for 10 seconds. I like this one a lot. It has nothing to do with what I've already placed on the board. So I'm going to try to place it out of the way over here where it's not in the way of what I was already trying to do. This is I've just almost unconsciously used the word dicey. This is a dicey strategy because right now I'm making no progress on any of these colors. I'm just sort of starting a bunch of things that I'm not finishing, which means I'm playing this intro part of the game without the benefit of having done any match 3. So it's a questionable decision, but we'll see how it plays out. So looking at the mini-map, I think I want to go up and to the left because that's a little orphaned room that I want to complete. Hello? Ah! Did I leave my die somewhere? Nope, there it is. It is fun that no matter what my build, like, the die always gives me a way to do, like, an indirect ranged attack. Alright, we got Pip Dust. But I can't overemphasize how much this game, like, just the feel of this game is exactly what I like. Like, it is very responsive, very cancel-y, in that, like, it lets you... Ooh, look, I just stunned them all with my die. Like, it lets you change your mind at a moment's notice, which, you know, if you're playing well, unlike me, really lets you escape a lot of damage. I don't need to refill my health, so let's grab coins. And continue this direction. The mini-map is really helpful. Uh-oh, we've got a thing firing a lot of fire at me. I don't think that thing can be destroyed. I think I just have to remember where it is, what direction it's shooting, and avoid it. Though, I will note, when you kill the last enemy, I love this. Not only is the last enemy dead, but they kill all hazards, all sources of damage. Everything immediately winks out of existence the moment you kill the last enemy. So you can't be killed by like an accidental post-mortem by-blow by an enemy. Okay, so we've got pink and blue. Let's set up some more blue. I'm going to put another blue right here. What I'm going to try to do is collect 4 blues in a plus shape and then put the 5th blue here, which will give me 2 upgrades to my dice damage at once with only 5 squares placed instead of 6. So it's a way to efficiently go after larger upgrades, but it takes longer, and so you go without the upgrades for longer. So, like I said, dicey strategy. We'll see how it plays out.
Every step's a gamble, Fortune.
Okay, it's one of these. Sometimes I try to be clever with this, and I end up estimating poorly, making a bad guess about where I want to be, and then I end up landing on some spikes. So I just take that as carefully as I can. Oh, we got another blue. Okay, so now our plus is almost complete. Another strategy you can use, too, is if you don't want to go after a plus shape, you can also go after 4 in a row rather than 3, or even 5 in a row rather than 3, and that gives you a bigger upgrade. And so I think that, like, if you got 5 in a row, I think that'll actually give you, rather than just giving you the normal 50% upgrade you get for 3 in a row, I think you'll get like 100, which is basically the same as getting a plus. I just come to think of it. Yeah, huh, interesting. They've balanced this nicely. Anyway.
The lesser servant is still deadly.
Oh, a lesser servant. That is a mini-boss. So the blue health bar that it had up front, that is shielding. Shielding protects the regular health, and I believe, from experience, I think that it regenerates. And so while you're fighting shield, you have to keep fighting it, keep the pressure on, because otherwise they'll just get it back. Okay, what's this? Ooh, okay, we can finish our plus. Ooh, and we can also get some pink in there too while we're at it. So if I roll a 3, 4, or a 6, Fortune strikes nearby foes with lightning. Okay, so we've already got 3 and 5 stunning them. Now 3, 4, and 6 will strike them with lightning, so 3 is a great roll. I'm not even going to read the other ones. I like this one. So now it cashes in all of those blue squares, and now I have plus 100% dice damage. So now when I throw Fortune, and he hits, and I think some of his effects are, I think that the lightning is might or might not be powered as a conjuration. I'm not sure. I think the side effects of throwing your die are driven by the conjuration buff, but the actual just direct damage done by the die, I think, is by the dice buff. The boundaries here are a little bit muddy. I'm not always quite sure what I'm getting, but either way, you should see I'm doing twice as much damage now when I throw the die. And now I've got these 2 pinks here that I can cash in for a pink upgrade to conjuration, and that'll be nice too. Okay, so you'll notice on the mini-map that this exit to the southwest is blocked It's a one-way path. So if I want to get to that room, I have to take a roundabout way to get there. So there is only one way to go. So
A
it's this
quality
way.
investment.
Oh, hey, the shop. Okay, there's a few things I can buy here. A health upgrade, a pearl coffer, which will give me another power, a relic coffer. So I think relics... Okay, so relics are the things that actually give you special powers. Pearls are the things that just let you complete match 3 puzzles. And then, of course, we've got healing and health stuff. I'm actually going to leave and come back later because I want to get another relic coffer. So I need to get a little bit more gold before I can do that. Whoa! Ow! Okay, out of the frying pan into the fire, so to speak. Oh, everybody's shielded this time. One thing that's really fun about this game is the fact that they actively motivate you to keep switching attacks all the time, which has just got this, like, I don't know what the deal is about having multiple weapons and switching attacks frequently, but there's something about that in video games and just like in movies and stuff. Somebody's carrying, a sword and a gun, and they switch between swording people and gunning people. There's some weird vibe you get from that is kind of extra fun and cool. Actually, let's not go this way. Let's go the other way. And this game does a great job of making you feel like you're doing that all the time. There's all these good reasons to switch between, and as you get, upgraded powers, it feels this way more and more, is that you want to, switch from like hitting somebody to throwing a die at them to blasting them. Let's see what this is. A tide of sand that inflicts time stop. It does the same amount of damage as the thing I've got, but it also causes time stop instead of damage over time. So Breath of Flames does damage over time. Tide of Time freezes people. Let's switch. Okay, so now I've got... I can open that door from that side. Now I've got a new card. Oh, but this one doesn't have 2 shots. It builds up to 1 shot. Interesting. Okay, so I don't quite have my yellow bar filled. Oh, this is the exit. Oh, is that it? Are we done? Yeah, it looks like we've gone through all the rooms. Okay, this is the exit. And so that means it's time to face a mini-boss. Or a boss. An actual boss. That's what we're going to be fighting. Hope I'm ready for this. Sometimes I do okay against these guys. Sometimes I don't.
Intruders, halt! I'm not an intruder. I am Duke Dublé.
Oh, idiot! It's that good-for-nothing Alexandra again. The twin without manners.
What an outrageous claim! I have the highest of manners. But yes, Alexandra, a living menace, that one.
Time to put an end to this nonsense.
So these guys are taking the role that Megara takes in Hades, in that they are the first boss. And so one thing they had to do with Megara was they had to swap her out for other Furies, because you would get so bored fighting the same first boss every single time you played the game. And that was a really good move that they made with Hades. And so here, these 2 guys are floating heads, and they put on different suits of armor every time. So there's like 4 different versions of them that you can fight, and at any given version of the fight, you're facing 2 of them. And so it kind of it changes things up for you, which I think is a good move. It's interesting watching how, despite the fact that they have come up with a lot of interesting new innovations to the genre, they're clearly, like, they understand why Hades made the choices that it made, and they're making similar choices, or at least they're solving the same problems, but in slightly different ways. Because I know there are definitely games out there where they're imitating another game and they're sort of imitating it blindly without really understanding it. And sometimes you can make pretty bad mistakes if you're just imitating something, changing it to be your version of it, but not understanding what made the original one work. it feels like they actually do understand what makes Hades work, and so they're instead of just imitating Hades, they're solving the same problems as Hades. So we start out fighting just one of them. Oh crap! That thing. Yeah, time stop is not very effective against bosses. One interesting thing about the die is that it makes you get really close to enemies. You have to pick the die up after you drop it on them.
Trade places now!
Okay, so I got half the health bar down. Oh, hello. Yeah, so the time stop isn't very effective. But it also does damage, so it wasn't just wasted. Oh, I thought I had dodged in time, but I did not.
Just even the odds, shall we?
Evening the odds means ganging up on me. So yeah, now we have to... Oh, the second half of each of their health bars. Right, he was doing that. Haha. Oops. You notice that even if I'm in the middle of an attack, I can always dodge. They're very, very generous with the dodge cancels in this game. Oh, wow. Ah! Oh, not doing great.
This castle was mine.
All right, we did it. And now we've got what? Ooh, oh, this is a good one. Okay, so weapon attacks have 10% chance to spawn a swarm of seeking wisps. Okay, I do a lot of weapon attacks. See, things that key off how often you attack with your weapon are great for the spear because you're just jabbing constantly. But the reason I immediately gravitated to this one was because it lines up with both of these colors. So now my conjurations do extra damage, though I'm not sure any of my abilities actually count as conjurations. I think, yeah, I don't think I have anything, because this says that the wisps don't do conjuration damage, they do weapon damage. So I grabbed conjuration damage, might not be worth much to me, but I also am building towards weapon damage, so that will be good. Let's go and heal up. There's always healing over here. Not a lot of it, though. Oh, wait a minute. There was that shop, wasn't there? Oh, it was in the previous area. I never did end up getting enough money to go back and buy the thing I wanted to from that shop. Oh, well, I'll have to find a shop in the next area. That's okay. There will probably be one. So each time you get one of the upgrades for this screen, you can also decide to get money instead and spend the money on whatever you want. And so I usually don't. I usually find I'm just more interested in grabbing the powers. And so I end up without a lot of money to spend in the shop most of the time. All right. Halfway
Mayor's
through.
corruption twisted Ema beyond recognition.
So, halfway through the episode, I presume I usually make these about an hour, we are on to the second level. I think that makes sense. Now, if you're looking at the time below, and this is not halfway through, this is more than halfway through, that means that I die earlier than I want to. We'll see how this goes. Whoa, what the heck? Did not go the direction I thought I was going. You'll notice that the enemies have more health. There's kind of an expectation that I will have been effectively using the upgrade system. That I should have been using the upgrade system this entire time to raise my damage. And if I haven't been effective at doing that, the damage will outpace me over the course of the game. Okay, so if I want to finish my red thing, I can grab this. Every third weapon hit increases the damage of the next charged weapon hit by 30%. Yeah, that seems good. Let's do that. And now my weapon overall does 50% more damage. You guys move around too much. Ooh, those were the wisps coming out of my weapon. You can see I'm suddenly doing way more damage to these guys with my normal weapon attack. Ah, hello. Okay, so there's two colors here. I've got neither of them. I think I'm throwing my die a lot though, so I'm thinking maybe dice is going to be the best choice for me. So I'll just slap that right there. Diagonals work, by the way. By the way, the mud is extremely punishing. I'll show it to you when I'm not, my life isn't in danger. Gambler's Soul. Dice or attack spawn a seeking ghost that weakens things. Yes, absolutely. Let's do that. So yeah, if I get into this mud, this is as slow as I move. Like, the only way to get out of the mud is to dash. That's it. I mean, it would take you can walk out of it, but it would take you ages. Oh, a memory fragment.
For the visionary.
And Roller of Stars. Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen this. Okay, so this does damage but also stuns guys, which is different from freezing time. And actually, I think it might be a little better for me. I'll grab this. So that stuns them. And those things ricochet around the level, too. Yes, obviously.
Easy come, easy go.
Looks like this is just a little intersection. Okay, looking at the mini-map, I'm betting that if I go this way, I'll loop around and come back through here, and will not have made any progress, which is fine. Oh, hi, birds. Oh, gosh. Oh, we got the rat net. Okay. This guy. Okay, I'm getting a little bit confused here. Okay, sorry, the rat guy and the birds have slightly different patterns to their attack, and it confuses me when I've got both of them on screen at the same time. Yeah, I'm not doing great against these guys. The problem with the rat guys is that I've got this habit of when an enemy like charges up a big attack and shoots at me, I dodge away from them and then right back to them to start hitting them, because most enemies in video games generally who do that are vulnerable right after their charge. But these guys actually do an area effect attack right after their charge, and it just uses my habits completely wrong against me.
I wonder who left these behind.
Okay, so neither of these colors are colors that I've established on the board. So I think I'm actually going to choose money this time. And hope that I run into an actual shop. Wait, where'd I put my die, buddy? There he is. Nah. Gotta get my bearings here for a second. Okay, so this is die. Die is a new thing. These are not items that I can place on the board. Instead, these are, I can add a color to a tile without adding an object to it. So I can take, like, see, in this case, actually, yeah, so for instance, I could take purple dye, and I could stick it here, so that, or like here, so we can like basically make a, if we get dye again, then we can sort of make a three purple row right here if we want to. But I'm actually kind of more interested in, well, yeah, because I don't think a lot of my stuff is conjurations right now. Except, wait, the ghosts might be. The ghost does conjuration damage. Okay, yeah, so let's put this here. So now I've basically repinked that square, which previously had its colors stripped out. Okay, let's try to get some health back. Oh, here we go. All right, here's the store. So, okay, ooh, look at this. I could get more dye, or I could get a new relic. I think a new relic might be more valuable to me right now. I could also refill my health. It's boring. Well, actually, okay, you know what? Let's do this. Oh, and of course they don't give me the color I want because they're jerks. Oh, come on. Okay, fine. I guess we'll just make red happen over here. I think there's 5 colors, and you get offered 3 at a time, and they always don't offer you the one you want. I would not be surprised
Pain lessons.
if it's a conscious, intentional thing. Time to start saving up again.
Let's fight, Fortune.
So I think the difference between stun and time stop is that time stop, I think time stop lasts longer and might be associated with more damaging abilities, but it's interruptible. Like if you attack something that is in time stop, I think it immediately loses the time stop. Whereas I think stun,
Done already?
I think stun actually makes them, it can ignore your attacks. Okay, so I could get plus 30%. And I guess that's, yeah. I'm not using every speck of health I got from that, but it's pretty close.
More traps. Why not?
Oh gosh, okay, traps, huh? Let's just get to the button really fast, yay! Grab some pip dust. Ooh, okay, so here I can get some dye by sacrificing some of my health. I got plenty of health and purple dye, yes. So we're gonna get our conjurations more damaging. Ooh, I got a fixer-upper achievement. Harness 4 boosts using the same relic. Oh, because one of these relics had 3, I think this one might have had 3 colors on it originally or something. I don't remember exactly. That's kind of cool. All right, we'll go over here. Hello, everyone. Haha, that felt good. Okay. So now I could finish a blue line, which is probably a good idea, and we'll leave some pink behind. So dice throw attack spawning icicles, or picking up fortune grants it. Oh, so okay. So if I pick up fortune, my next dash does a poison cloud. That's kind of neat, actually. I like having a dash ability, even though I also like piling up stuff on. Yeah, but my conjuration damage is doubled. So this is, I like putting stuff on my dash, but I think this is actually the better move. So let's do that. It's going to raise my dice damage and do some conjuration damage, which I also have leveled up. And here we go. What's in here? Oh, this is the exit. Okay, let's not take that yet. Let's make sure we've gotten everything out of this world that we can.
Success on every die.
So this is a little board game that you can play. And basically what you want to do is you want to roll, in the other ones you want to roll as high as possible, and this one you want to roll as low as possible, because the more low rolls you get, the more this piece, this pawn, will move from space to space and give you prizes. So let's see how we do.
Your fate's in the row. Time to move.
4. Not great, and it's just going to give me money.
Easy come, easy go.
2. That's good, because it's going to give me, what is that? A pearl coffer. Ah, yes, okay. So I can grab some red. Five. Well, could have been a worse 5. Get a new relic. And black pepper sneeze. Inflicting weak. Am I inflicting weak? I'm trying to remember if anything that I do inflicts weak. I might have one thing that does that. This one applies chill to a foe. Oh, applying chill to a foe also strikes nearby enemies with lightning. Do I have something that already does chill? You know what? I wish I could browse. I'm moving to the right and I can't. I want to browse the abilities I already have to remind myself if anything I'm doing uses weak or chill. The ghost might do chill. I know I was talking about an icicle power that would have done chill, but did I actually choose that one? Maybe that's what the top one is, the green icicles. Yeah, okay, so I am applying chill, so we also want to apply lightning. Okay, we'll do that. Now I've just blocked my red, but that actually doesn't stop me from using a red die on that spot. So we'll see how this goes. And I can't possibly get another prize, but we have to finish it. And now here's a very convenient thing. Here's the map. you can clearly see that we've done everything. You can fast travel to any of the special rooms you've already been to, any of the non-combat rooms. So, let's go downstairs. This is a questionable place to have a basement. So, I have never won this boss battle. You're probably going to see me lose. But I've also never tackled this boss battle with a nearly full health bar and 2 resurrections that I haven't used yet. So maybe I have a better chance this time. I'm just really bad at sort of remembering what this boss does and like responding correctly to it. I keep dodging straight into what it's doing to me. So we'll see if I can do better. Rawr. See that? I always forget about that, and I don't dodge it properly. Okay. That thing ricochets. Give me my die back. Okay, the rolling thing I need to not try to dodge from, because dodging can actually... Oh no! Dodging can actually slow you down a little bit. There. Oh, yes. Actually dodge that correctly. What are you about to do? Oh, you're throwing these things. Ow! That was the most avoidable thing ever. Alright, alright. Right, okay, finally. Remembered how to do that. Okay, so that means I can't damage her anymore. And so now she's going to fire some enemies at me. And also some, you know, meteors. Now I'd be doing more damage with this weapon if I had completed... Oh, see? Bad job. If I had completed that match 3 with red. Crap. Nope, nope, get away from me, get away from me, get away from me. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Luckily, this weapon is particularly good against her because it leaves that damage over time in place, and she loves to be sessile. Okay. Looks like she's spawning enemies at me again. Ow, I'm letting these guys hurt me? Come on. Get with it, Jeffrey. Ah, there goes that. Ow! Ow, stop it. Nope, 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 nope. Dang, how long do you do this?
One more realm, one step closer to Mare.
We did it! Wow! I didn't even have to use a resurrection. Whoa. Alright.
Blackberries.
And this is an outfit piece. I already ran out of all of the outfit pieces that I could have earned from the previous boss, but now we've got new outfit pieces because I'm beating new bosses. And now we get to see the next area, which I've never seen before. Oh.
You've played your cards well so far.
Looks like we can go all 4 directions from here. Mare the Knight is the main boss. So when we talk about Mare, that's what we're talking about. Whoa, okay. Hi, that's how you work. All right, cool. Ow. Okay, I'm not doing great so far. These guys kind of saturate the zone. Okay, that wasn't great. All right, what are my options here? Not a lot of really good ones. Let's see here. Perfect card attacks inflict weak. I'm not doing a lot of perfect card attacks. Fortune causes a time stop on a 6. Or inflicting weak on foes increases the damage of the next die throw attack by 40%. That's pretty good. Was I doing weak to anybody, though? Again, forgot. So let's go with Fortune doing more stuff, because I throw Fortune a lot. And I guess we'll go this way.
Challenge accepted.
Wait, do I have to accept the challenge? Okay. Okay, these laser sights are bothering me.
I can do this all day.
By the way, one thing you'll notice, I think, watching me play, is that the enemy attacks have a slightly smaller effective area than it looks like they have, and my attacks have a slightly larger area than it looks like they have. I think that's a consistent and like intentional choice. That like if I just get barely hit by an enemy attack, they let me miss it, and if I just barely missed an enemy, they let me hit them. It just makes the whole game feel more satisfying, you know, way fewer narrow disappointments. Okay, so I don't have a lot of space left for this stuff. Reduces damage from weakened foe. Oh, when chill expires, enemies get stunned. I like that. So I guess... yeah, I guess I'll put this here. Yeah, that means if I pink the square to the right of it... by the way, I can also replace an ability. I don't want to, but I can replace it if I want to make this happen. But I think if I get some pink dye, I can get 2 doses of pink. By the way, I say pink when they say purple. I'm not sure why. Like when I'm reading what they say, I call it purple. But when I'm just reacting to the color, I call this pink. Do you call this pink or purple? Leave a comment. All right, I'd really like to get some dye. By the way, you'll notice because of one of the powers that I've got, I heal after every encounter, and so if I can get through encounters without taking damage, my health slowly goes up. It's not just a one-way street.
Mare's lesser servant. Let's
Oh
end
no.
it.
I do not feel confident that I can deal with whatever this is. Oh, that bounces around. Good to know. Looks like that thing is cheating a little bit, aiming at me. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Yes, die. Okay. Okay, so normally I actually probably would choose health, but I want to make this die thing happen. Please, yes, purple die. So I stick purple die here. Conjuration, 200%. Yes, nice, beautiful. Okay, and now this is open for some red dye later on. But you can see how the way that the way this board is filling up, it's they can keep the sort of the percentage increases pretty solid and pretty high, because it's going to get harder and harder for me to fill this up without actually hurting myself by canceling one of my older powers. Now, if I end up not using a power, that's
Once
fine.
in a lifetime
Oh,
deal.
Huh. Well, oh, but I can get more die. I want to fill my health, but die is more interesting, and I've got just enough money for it. Oh, I can talk to her.
Ooh, chilly here in Pornbury. Best be buying me wares before frost sticks 'em to me body.
Is the cupboard your body?
Oh, it's quite a personal question. You answer one first, eh? What's brought you here to this twisted board game?
I got lost. In random. Everything was taken from me. And now I'm here to make Mare pay.
And now we've got the title of the game.
Oh, I see. Well, thanks for sharing. Not allowed to reveal my family secret, but I'll share a tip free of charge. Nothing cures a broken heart like spending coins. The more, the better.
All right, let's get some die. And yes, red die, making my weapons do more. That makes me happy. I didn't heal, but maybe I can get enough coins to come back later on. 60 coins is what it costs to heal. Oh, hello. What the heck? That was just right at the door? Hey, stop it. Oh, what are you? Ah, what? Ah! Why are you all exploding? Don't explode. Nobody likes exploding. Okay, well, I'm glad my weapon damage
Can't
went
have
up.
enough of you.
More coins. Okay, okay. Wait, how do we... Remind me how things work. Merchant. Oh, it was the previous room. I could have just run there. Whatever. It's fine. Now I can afford this.
Back in shape.
Yes. Unfortunately, I can't teleport back to where I was because it was a combat room. This is going to be a longer episode than I thought it was going to be.
Can't have enough of you.
This is just a pot-breaking room. Oh. Didn't know I could break the ice. Ah, oh, you attack quickly. Ow! I thought I'd gotten out of the way of that, but I did not. Well, I'm glad I got that extra health because I blew through most of it just now. Okay, so we've got two different... I don't really trust luck just in games in general, so I think I'm going to grab Crumbling Amber. And I guess I'll... What is the... I guess I'll put it here? I don't know. I don't think money comes out of the ice. So I don't think I need to break the ice. I think money only comes out of the pots. Oh, new card. Tide of Time again. I already like what I've got. And now we're back here. We can't go to the northeast, so we'll go northeast from the northwest and see if we can loop back around. Wait, what is this? What is this room?
The Pornbury Gate. I wonder what opens it. Those statues.
Does one of them tell the truth and the other one only lie? Well, they didn't seem interactive, so I don't know. Maybe we got to go find something. So that was the exit. Okay, so I've got to do something here that will open the exit. Interesting. Interesting they gave it a different sort of mechanic in the other place. Ow! Okay, die. That's good. So we can... Okay, I guess yellow die this? We've not leveled up our card damage, so when we fire those stunning dice at people, that is unleveled damage. Huh, another plot-only room. Sometimes there's like extra stuff to find in a place like this. Like there might be like a little dice sling or something, but I don't see anything. So it looks like this is going to be a loop that like... Oh, ow. I didn't see that. More die. Okay. Yeah, let's finish our yellow thing here. So now those stunning dice will do more damage.
Traps and more traps,
Oh
naturally.
no. Nope. Okay, a relic. Ooh, if I grab something blue, then I can finish it with some dye. Carrying fortune. Oh, shoots fireworks. Okay, so if I have fortune on my back and I haven't thrown fortune, then I'm throwing fireworks. I'm mostly choosing this because it'll let me level up my dice again. Soon. Hello? See, that was a firework that was launched from my back. What the heck is that? What the? Okay, this is like a mini boss. Oh, but that took him out? I didn't think I damaged him. Okay. Neat. Oh, ow. I do love that the enemy suicide bombers will hurt other enemies. So, like, if I lead them to another enemy and then I get out of the way, they'll hurt their
Can't have
friend.
another view.
This makes me feel cleverer. What the heck is this? Oh, so sometimes you run into these little, like, story rooms that will give you something in the lore.
I came here after Natalia's accident. It was just a village then. I already wielded the black dye, but I needed someone to construct my army.
So as I understand it, in the previous game, you play one of a pair of sisters, and your sister is lost, and you're trying to find her. And I think you reveal, from what I've picked up, I think you reveal that the villain, like the evil queen or whatever, also has a lost sister. And I'm now playing the evil queen. So I've got a lost sister named Natalia, and I'm Alexandra. I think that's kind of all I know. Okay, so here I am, coming back, finally. I can't actually highlight it. Coming back to this, I went on a really long loop around the exit to get here. I'm wondering if this spot is going to have some kind of answer to the puzzle of how to leave.
Defeated my pawns, eh? You'll pay for that.
Ooh, okay. Oh, hi. Oh, gosh. Whoa, okay. Okay, I thought I had done that successfully. Oh, stop it. That missed.
Still in the game.
That's okay. I've got a resurrection. Ow. Hard to get that exactly right.
Still in the game.
He's blowing through both of my resurrections really fast. Well, I will have gotten half his health down before inevitably dying. Man, trying to figure out how to dodge past these things. I just gotta devote myself to it. I can't just do it casually. And I also can't get my die. Oh no, he's doing the thing now. Did I suck at dodging? Okay. And there I'm dead. Fine.
Overplayed your hand.
Never been here before. It's okay to die to things that are mysterious. But now, here's the last thing to see from any roguelike type game. What it's like to end the run and come home with a bunch of prizes.
My past is coming back to haunt me, Fortune.
Oh, people to talk to.
Countless souls have ventured here through time. Narrators, adventurers, gamblers, and dice wielders like you. Each was convinced they would vanquish Mare. Yet, with every return, hope dwindled until they didn't return at all.
This game is so Hades. Oh, so I've unlocked some clothes. I can switch to a different mask if I want to. The Lurker Husk. Why not? Let's be a Lurker Husk.
By the loom, exquisite.
And then I picked up a memory fragment while I was out, so I can turn that into the Visionary, get a little bit of background lore, and some resources.
Ah, yes. Your suspicion was right. Man never protected me from the misery of truth.
Who then?
The eternal die. It protects everyone from pain, including its children, even if it means obscuring the truth from us.
But if the eternal die shattered your memory, then it still lives.
Yes, buried deep beneath Mare's dark corruption.
And as long as Mare can draw misery and sorrow from prisoners, the eternal die will never be free.
Free the prisoners from misery, Alexandra. Ignite their hope. That's how you defeat Mare once and for all.
So he gave me some pip dust for that. So even though I am not very engaged with the lore, I still want to talk to him because I get pip dust. But don't feel bad if that was nonsense to you. I haven't been paying a lot of attention and I didn't play the previous game, so it was nonsense to me too.
Hi, Fortune.
So this is the weapons guy, and this is where I can spend my, what was it called, Cinder? I can spend my Cinder to switch weapons. So there's actually 3 types of weapons. There's the sword, there's the bow, there's the spear, and there's the mace. And I like them. I think the order in which I like them are probably bow, spear, mace, sword. Spear and mace are about the same. The spear has really fast attacks and a sort of longer distant heavy attack, and the mace has slow swingy attacks and also a long-range heavy attack. And so these two are kind of similar to each other, just slightly different vibes. The bow is mostly like it's mostly about its long-range heavy attack, and you can pepper people with smaller arrows in between. But I kind of like darting around and like skirmishing, basically shooting people from afar. So this is my favorite one. And the sword's just what you start with, pretty standard stuff. So I've been thinking of trying a new bow, the one that has explosive shots. So I'm going to spend 50 cinder to unlock this. So now I can switch to a different version of the bow, and yeah, let's just since I've got a bunch of cinder stored up, let's just make this bow as powerful as possible. So now I've got a leveled up version of this bow that I'll bring into my next run.
Once you go rack, you never go back.
And this is the person
to count your blessings.
who manages my passive benefits. That I spend pip dust on. And so, for instance, this is the person who lets me have more and more of those resurrections. Let's see here. So I can either have more resurrections, or I can swap it for getting more health back when I get resurrected the one time. And also taking less damage for the rest of that encounter. So the fact that I had 2 resurrections, it didn't seem to help all that much in the previous run, so I might actually switch to this and buy 2 doses of it. So now, when I resurrect, I get more health and I get reduced damage for the rest of that one encounter that killed me, which seems like that might have actually played out better for me in the encounter that killed me this time. So I'll go with that. Oh, increasing the range from which I could pick up fortune. Compared to pressing B to call back fortune. Oh, interesting. So either I can increase the range at which I can pick up fortune, or I can just call him back automatically. How much does that cost? 300. Or 300 to get both of the remaining levels of this. Of course, there are some abilities where after you pick up fortune, you immediately like do some sort of extra damage or something like that. I'm not sure if it works for both of these. I do like the idea of being able to just call fortune back, especially like when I was fighting that big old frog witch lady. Like I sometimes would leave fortune halfway across the map, so that actually seems good. I'm gonna buy that. I got 150 left, which means if I want to buy something, carry fortune to increase your evasion chance, or when he's thrown, the damage of a weapon and card attacks are increased. So while he's out, I'm doing more damage with other things. I never really trust very low chances to evade. It just doesn't feel like I'm getting much out of that. So I think I'll get this. And now I'm out of pip dust. So...
Bring me more pip dust.
And then I think there's another thing over here, but these people don't want to talk to me. And this is like some kind of mystery over here. I don't know what to do with that yet. So I think that might be my last thing. Yep. And now we're right back where we began. And we're not going to start a new run because it's been like well over an hour. But I love this game. Like I said, I did not play the original Lost in Random. It was kind of vaguely in the back of my awareness somewhere. But this new game has absolutely captured my attention. This is kind of what I've been looking for in the wake of, having played a lot of Hades, still looking forward to Hades 2. And I've played another couple of games that have been like trying to follow in Hades' footsteps. It didn't quite hit the mark. This one does a great job of hitting everything I loved about sort of the moment-to-moment gameplay of Hades. It doesn't have sexy gods, so, it's missing that one bit. But aside from that, it's got everything I wanted from the sort of moment-to-moment gameplay of Hades, and it's got its own weird extra layer of stuff that's very particular to this IP. Stuff like throwing the die, stuff like, that weird grid-based Match 3 game that we're playing with the upgrades. Wouldn't fit with Hades at all. That would need to be in a different game, and this is the different game that does it. So I'm so glad this game exists. I'm going to keep playing it. This has kind of become now the game that's sort of my go-to game that I play when I've got a little bit of extra time to fill, and I'm having a great time with it. So if you want to try it out, I've put a link in the doobly-doo, so you can go, click on that, see it in Steam, or in, I believe that it's on Game Pass if you've got that. So go check it out, and I think that's it. I think that is this entire episode. So there is my subscribe button, and here's some links to other videos. And I guess I'll see you later.